Welcome to CitySpeedView. Welcome to Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome to our journey through one of the most famous and popular cities on this planet, the beautiful Cape Town at the southern coast of South Africa. Our journey started already in the inner city center. We will visit Table Mountain, the Bantry Bay and the waterfront sightseeing place. Until 1488, the area today known as Cape Town had no written history. This changed as the Portuguese explorer Bartholomew Dias reached the area. The knowledge of previous inhabitants of the region derived from fossil evidence and from rock art. Vasco da Gama reached the Cape region in 1497. Searching for a route, they would lead from Europe to Asia. In 1503, the Portuguese admiral and explorer Antonio de Saldanha has given Table Mountain its name. He called it Taboa da Caba, Table of the Cape. Here we see the Cape Town Planetarium. Here we see the South African High Court. It took almost 150 years until the Cape Town area became important again for the Europeans. Jan van Riebeck arrived in the area. He was sent from the Dutch East India Company to establish a halfway station to provide fresh water, vegetables and meat for passing ships traveling to Asia. They founded the Company Gardens. The Castle of Good Hope, finished in 1679, has replaced the wooden fort of Van Riebeck and is still the oldest building in South Africa. In the same year, Simon van der Stel replaced Van Riebeck as governor and founded the Cape wine industry by bringing grapevines with him. The territorial expansion of the colony began, and the first non-Dutch immigrants, called Nieuwenots, arrived in 1688. The Nieuwenots, originally refugees from France, brought important knowledge in the wine production to the Cape. In 1754, the population of the Cape regions reached 5,510 Europeans and 6,729 slaves. We are driving up to the station of the Table Mountain Cableway with a beautiful panorama view over Cape Town. In a few minutes, the Table Mountain Cableway will bring you up to the top of Table Mountain. For hiking lovers, there's also a hiking way to the top. Enjoy the view from Table Mountain. The main attraction of Table Mountain is the level plateau approximately 3 kilometers from side to side, edged by impressive cliffs. The plateau, flanked by Devil's Peak to the east and by Lion's Head to the west, forms a dramatic backdrop to Cape Town. We are driving along the water to see False Bay, Bantry Bay and Cape Town's waterfront. Also a very famous bay of Cape Town is False Bay. Bartholomew Dias in 1488 first referred to the bay as the Gulf between the mountains. The name False Bay was applied at least 300 years early on by sailors who confused the bay with Table Bay to the north. The confusion arose because sailors returning from the east initially confused Cape Point and Cape Handclip, which are somewhat similar in form. Handclip was known to the early Portuguese seafarers. We are passing Bantry Bay, where several international and national, more or less famous people own big houses. The suburb Bantry Bay, situated on the slopes of Lion's Head and overlooking a rocky coastline. Its neighbouring suburbs are Sea Point and Clifton. It was originally called Botany Bay, after a botanical garden that was planted here for the cultivation of medicinal herbs. The name was changed during World War I. Bantry Bay is known to be the most wind-free area in Cape Town. Secluded and protected, the inhabitants enjoy about 290 wind-free days per year, a significant fact given Cape Town's windy climate. We have passed Sea Point and are arriving at Waterfront in the Cape Town city centre. Waterfront is the heart of Cape Town sea tourism. The area offers fresh air, water view, a shopping mall, several tourist attractions including the Cape Town Aquarium. A wonderful place for networking and to relax. It's the last view to the rest of Cape Town city centre before reaching the company's garden. The upper end of Cape Town's Long Street gives you an imagination of the beauty and cultural history you meet when walking along Long Street. Welcome to the company's garden. The company's garden in central Cape Town is our last stop. This place is a must-see for everyone visiting Cape Town. The park and heritage site is a magical place combining the past and present of Cape Town. The company's garden was created in the 1650s by the first European settlers in the Cape region, mainly to produce fresh food for the ships rounding the Cape via the seaway. Water for the garden springs from the lower slopes of the Table Mountain through the Molteno Dam. We are in front of the Iziko South African Museum inside the company's garden. The museum's name means hearth, translated from Xhosa language. It was founded in 1825 and became part of the garden in 1897. It houses an important African heritage collection of zoology, paleontology and archaeology. The garden is marked with several historical figures. The Artillery Memorial was erected for the gunners who fought for South Africa during World War I. It is time to say goodbye from Cape Town. Our journey continues in Johannesburg.
miwagwa, 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 mielo salaga.